Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. I have got a festive holiday card project for you today featuring some really cool things. Die cuts, pattern paper, and die cuts. But I think when you see this all come together, you'll realize this is something that if you get set up using a pattern paper that was designed to work with the particular die, genius time-saving hack. Plus, it has the most delicate little Merry Christmas you've ever seen. And it's shiny. And it's simple. It's just so many things. This holiday card project is coming up next. Here's a look at the card I'll be creating today, and you can see this wonderful pattern paper and this cool panel die and the delicate Merry Christmas with a fantastic shadow layer. I think these products are so much fun, so let's jump in and take a look at what I'm using today. This pattern paper is called Christmas Stripes. It was designed by J.J. Bolton for Waffle Flower Crafts. And she has created pattern papers before designed to go with the dies. And I just think this is such smart product design because you take your paper, you coordinate it with the die, and I am using this angled stripe diagonal die, and you cut your papers in half so you get 2 backgrounds per sheet. Isn't that cool? And then it cuts perfectly and your paper looks like you've meticulously laid it in there, but you haven't, it's just the paper. I'll stamp a greeting using the stamps here. And then I've got the die cut and shadow layer also for the main greeting on my card. So let's get into building this project. The first thing I'm going to do is take my pattern paper, pop it into my paper trimmer and cut it in half. I'm going to trim 2 panels down to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So again, you get 2 for the price of 1. Next, I will cut out some frames using the angled panel die and some Neenah Solar White Classic Crest in the 110 pound. I'll run that through my Gemini Junior and I'll cut 2 out, and then I'm going to glue them together with some spray adhesive, and I will spray that in a box off camera. Bring in the one that has the adhesive on it, and I like to use my Scor-Buddy for stuff like this because it's kind of a delicate die cut once it's all cut out, but you can line it up by pressing into the 2 sides of the Scor-Buddy. I love doing that. Press that down, make sure it's nicely adhered, and now you can see how they go together. When that overlays, it looks like I have pattern paper perfectly placed. I'll prep my note card, and this is going to be a 5 1/2 wide by 4 1/4 tall card. And I like to use a little purple tape just to hold my card base closed because it's such heavy cardstock. I like it to be flat. And then I will add some dot adhesive to the back of the pattern paper, and again use my Scor-Buddy just to help me quickly press that into the top and side right on the card base and press. I'll add more spray adhesive to the back of my stacked frame and adhere that to the card base. I love it. Look at that. It's like it was designed to do this. You know what I mean? Next, I've cut out a few shadow layers. I'm actually going to cut one more before I actually glue them all together. And I used some red glitter cardstock to cut out the Merry Christmas. It's so delicate, but boy, my Gemini Junior nailed it. So I will glue these together. I'm just going to use some liquid glue here and coat it on one of the shadow layers, stack another one on top, and just kind of wiggle it into place. And then I'll do one more and glue it so I have 3 stacked for the shadow layer. Kind of like doing it this way because I thought that the die cut itself, the Merry Christmas, was just too delicate to try to stack. And I like to do things in a more simplified approach, and this was the ticket. So I'll gently place this down, working my way across, making sure all of it is in the right place. And that's also why I like liquid adhesive for this, because it does give you some playtime, right? It doesn't stick and adhere right away. So you can place it down and look at that beautiful framing shadow layer. I also lost the eye, but I found it, the tittle, and I popped that on as well. I think that looks great. A little bit of shine, a little bit of dimension. Perfect. I decided I wanted to have another little sentiment, a sub-sentiment, so I thought To You and Yours would be cute. I popped in some black cardstock. This is from Simon Says Stamp. And because this stamp is new, I just ran my finger over it a little to remove the coating that's on the stamp from manufacturing, just to help get a better impression. I'll take my embossing magic, powder up the black cardstock, and then I've got my embossing ink from Simon Says Stamp. That powdering process really does help the powder to only stick to where you are stamping. All right, press that down. Nice, smooth, even pressure. And then I will grab my clothespin. I like to use this because then my fingers don't get burned while I'm heat embossing. And I'll grab my powder. This is from Brutus Monroe. It's Alabaster White. Just going to sprinkle that on, let it sit for a second, tap, and sprinkle a little bit more. And again, tap. Now most of the powder should fall off, but you know when you've got this dark cardstock, if it doesn't, just grab a dry paintbrush and brush away any of the errant powder flakes. I'll get my heat tool nice and hot, bring it to the paper, and melt that powder until it is smooth and, well, melted. Looks great. I'm going to trim this sentiment out using one of my Simon Says Stamp sentiment labels. I use these all the time. So I'm going to tape that into place and run that through my Gemini Junior. Now the whole time I've been designing this, I thought that this landscape was the way to go. But then I turned the card and I just wanted to make sure that it was opening on the right side because I've done that before. And as soon as I placed the Merry Christmas down, I just like this better. I just thought this was a stronger design. I liked the way the die cut was fitting onto the die cut panel. So I added some liquid adhesive and just popped that down right in the center. And again, loving that liquid adhesive because where it makes contact with the stripes, it's gonna stick and be fabulous. I also added a thin layer to the back of the sub sentiment and just popped that into place as well. Again, knowing that where the glue meets those die cut stripes, it will adhere and look great. I didn't want to pop it up. I didn't want more dimension. I wanted the Merry Christmas to be the dominant element, but I did bring in my T-square just to make sure that sub sentiment was perfectly straight. I added some gems to the card because I thought this would add a little bit of sparkle and shine without too much more added dimension. And I thought that looked great. 3 gatherings of 2, shiny, Christmassy goodness. I really love products that are designed to work together, and this panel die and those papers, fantastic.
Seriously, right? So cute. Anyway, I hope this inspires you to check out these products from Waffle Flower. All links for what I've used are below the video. It's just so cute. Card making.
Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.